You know that point where you're just done? I hit that recently. I was so tired of feeling like I needed to lose weight to be worthy, tired of waking up every morning already feeling behind. So I put my scale away. I sat it in a cabinet and said, I'm not doing this anymore. I decided I was done obsessing. Now I walk 5 times a week, I eat more protein, I cut the sugar, and I actually drink my water. Simple. And for the first time in a long time, I felt this wave of relief. Like I stopped buying into something that never deserved my money or my mental energy in the first place. Hi, my friend. If you're new here, my name is Sarah. I'm the owner of frozenpennies.com. I'm a financial coach and the author of the international best-selling book, Fundamentally Frugal. I'll leave a link below. Now, once I stopped buying into that pressure, the pressure to fix myself, shrink myself, stay younger, look perfect, something shifted. I started noticing how many things I'd been spending money on because I thought I should. Because society hands midlife women this long, exhausted checklist of what we supposedly need to stay relevant, presentable, put together, or worthy. And honestly, I'm over it. Because it wasn't just the pressure I was done buying, it was the stuff that came with it. The products, the trends, the gadgets, the routines, all the things that were supposed to make me feel better, but somehow just left me more drained. And when I realized how much pressure I'd been carrying around, not just to lose weight, but to constantly improve myself, to fix myself, to be the best version of myself, it hit me that these weren't just habits. These were patterns, and they were hard to break because I'd been trying to do it all on my own. So I finally gave myself permission to get some help, real help, thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. I've been using it for about a month now, and honestly, it's been both helpful and surprisingly fun. I went into therapy with some big personal goals for 2026, but what I didn't expect was how good it would feel to talk to someone who's trained to listen, really listen, without judgment, and give me clear, unbiased advice. One of the first things my therapist helped me see is that I don't have to earn my worth by hustling or shrinking or constantly trying to fix myself. And as simple as that sounds, it was something I couldn't seem to figure out on my own. That's the thing about therapy. It gives you tools and clarity you don't get anywhere else. BetterHelp makes starting therapy easier. You just fill out a short questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist in as little as a couple of days. And if the fit isn't right for you, you can switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. It's truly designed to make mental health more accessible. BetterHelp accepts both HSA and FSA cards. In 2024 alone, over 137,000 people used their HSA or FSA benefits for therapy through BetterHelp. So be sure to use yours before they expire at the end of the year. If you're ready to break out of your own patterns, click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/frozenpennies to get 10% off of your first month. Now, let's get into the things literally and mentally that I'm simply not buying anymore. We're mixing them together because in real life, they tend to overlap. Number 1, Botox, filler, and injectables. I'm no longer buying the idea that my face needs to be fixed. Now, I've never done this before, but everywhere you look, women our age are told to smooth, freeze, lift, erase, as if aging is a flaw rather than a privilege. Now, I don't want to spend thousands trying to erase the story my face tells. I'd rather age honestly than expensively. This for me also includes hair color. I don't color my hair. I do have some gray sneaking in right around the ears here, but I'm 100% okay with that. It's kind of like glitter or sparkles, and women spend a lot of money putting highlights in their hair. I get them for free. Number 2, the idea that midlife is the beginning of the end. People act like everything after 50 is downhill, smaller dreams, shrinking lives, but midlife is actually when things become clearer, when you finally know what matters and what can go. Now, I'm not subscribed to beliefs that make life feel smaller just because I've earned some years. I feel like a new era sprouted from the ground when I turned 45, and then when I turned 50, magical things actually happened. I was on board with starting this business. My husband retired and life got better. Far, far, far from over. Number 3, high-end hair tools that everybody says that you need. The $500 hair tools are gorgeous, but they're not essential. For years, I wondered about that Dyson, or now the Shark, because everyone else says they were must-haves. But my life doesn't require influencer-level blowouts. I'm buying tools that fit my routines, not somebody else's. I just can't imagine how a $500 hairdryer can dry my hair better than a $50 one. Number 4, the pressure to look younger instead of simply looking like myself. We're fed the belief that beauty peaks at 30 and everything else after that is just maintenance. But I want to look like someone who's lived, who's loved, who's grown and survived, not someone who's been retouched. I'm done chasing youth like it's the only version of beauty that actually counts. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to look nice, but I don't need to look 25. I want to look strong and healthy, and I want to look like I feel all of the kindness and I feel all of the joy. Number 5, clutter creating purchases with no real value. The gadgets, the decor, the fillers, the this will change everything impulse buys, they give a 30-second dopamine hit and then become clutter. If something doesn't make my home calmer or easier, it's not coming in the door. I'm not buying things that take space without giving anything back. I'm not a big fan of over-decorating. I like simplicity, but that doesn't mean that sometimes I don't want to rearrange stuff, buy new curtains or a new toss pillow cover. It does mean that it needs to be pretty and practical, and I'm not buying into the newest decor trends. Number 6, the expectation that women should stay endlessly busy. For so long, I treated busyness as a badge of honor. Like if my schedule wasn't packed, I wasn't doing enough. Busyness isn't a personality trait. It's a fast track to burnout. Peace feels better than productivity ever did. I was talking to my therapist at BetterHelp about this recurring auto thought that always sits in the forefront of my brain telling me I don't have time. There's never enough or I'm running out. My realization was no. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day and I get to decide what I have time for. I'm never behind. I'm right where I need to be. Number 7, processed junk food. It's convenient, it's addictive, and it destroys my grocery budget faster than anything else. And I never feel good after I eat it. I'm choosing food that supports my energy instead of food that sabotages it. We've always tried to eat a whole food, real food diet, and I'm going back to those after feeling like too many processed foods were slipping in. I decided if I was going to eat bread, it would be sourdough, real sourdough, and not the Pepperidge Farm one that says it's sourdough, but it's really not. If I want chocolate chip cookies, I would make them. Mac and cheese or lasagna will not come from the box of frozen food sections. Number 8, the belief that a perfect home means a perfect life. Social media tells us our homes should look staged and camera ready at all times, but real homes hold real lives, not showroom furniture. I'm done spending money trying to make my home look perfect instead of making it feel peaceful. If you were to come over to my house right now, there would probably be a pile of clean laundry that needs to be folded and dishes in the sink. Now let me move the sock pile out of that chair and make you a cup of coffee and we can chat. Number 9, too many beauty products. I spent years falling for the promise that the next serum or cream would finally fix everything, but all it gave me was a drawer full of half-used bottles and a little bit of regret. My routine is simple now. If it doesn't serve a purpose, I'm not buying it. I have some eye makeup removal cream, a moisturizer, and that's about as far as my beauty products go. I wash my face with water and a super soft microfiber washcloth and then add moisturizer. Simple and practical. Now, I've fallen for the trap of more is better, and each time that happens, I spend too much money and regret because if it's not easy, I won't do it. No more $350 packages with 7 steps. I'm not buying it. Number 10, the idea that taking care of yourself is selfish. Women are trained to put ourselves last, always. But taking care of myself isn't selfish. It's essential. When I feel supported, everything in my life runs smoother. I'm done buying beliefs that say my needs matter less. In this season of my life, rest is important, not only for my body, but for my brain and for my soul. Last weekend, my boys and my husband went to a Buffalo Bills game. They were gone from 5:30 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. Know what I did? Nothing. I didn't work or do dishes or fold that pile of laundry. And it felt fantastic. I felt like I needed some recharging, and come Monday morning, I was ready to get back to that to-do list. Number 11, seasonal decor stored in totes. I used to swap out my house every season and holiday. New pillows, new signs, new everything. But it wasn't adding joy. It was adding chores. If something only gets used for 2 weeks and takes up space for the other 50, I'm not buying it. Last summer at a garage sale, I sold it all. All the fall and Christmas indoor seasonal decor in bins is gone. Now, of course, I kept the Christmas tree and the stockings, but all the rest was essentially sold. It was so freeing. And last week when we needed to go to Hobby Lobby, I was looking at all the pretty decor and I didn't buy a thing. Simple is so much better for me. Number 12, the pressure to spend money just to keep up. Whether it's beauty trends, gadgets, or clothes, comparison is expensive and it never leads to confidence. I'm spending intentionally on what supports my life, not someone else's. I just cannot do it. You feel like you like yourself better driving that Lincoln SUV? Good for you. You feel like you deserve that Louis Vuitton purse because you've worked really hard? Okay. Me? I drive a 2016 white Town & Country minivan that has a little rust and the check engine light is on. Those are both being fixed, by the way. And I carry a $25 crossbody purse from Amazon. Trendy supplements and weight loss gimmicks. Powders, teas, gummies, detoxes, they all promise a shortcut that doesn't exist. I've wasted enough money on quick fixes. I'm choosing sustainable habits over shiny promises. I am so tired of always trying to lose weight, so I've come to the conclusion that I'm all done with focusing on it. I am no longer buying into the diet era. Instead, I'm focusing on high protein and walking. So much walking. Making sure I get my magnesium and vitamin D. Those are all the supplements I take. Number 14, the lie that midlife women shouldn't start over. People act like reinvention expires after 50. It doesn't. Midlife is actually the perfect time to start fresh because you finally know yourself deeply. I'm not buying the idea that it's too late for anything. I know so many women who find their second life after 50, making moves to start a new business, a new career, and sometimes a new marriage. I think that once we reach this season of life, we know ourselves a little better and have a better idea of who we want to be. Now, I'm a new member of the We Do Not Care Club. Have you seen this? It's very cute, trending on social media. A trendy version of the ladies over 50 struggling with life and not caring what others think of them. It's fantastic. I encourage you to look it up. Number 15, junk gifts for the grandkids. The little surprise toys, the plastic trinkets, the things that break in 3 days and take up room in their rooms. I'm not doing it. I'd rather give experiences, useful items, or things that last. Now, I'm still all about the practical side of it all. My daughter-in-law is very good at telling me what they need. New winter coats, boots, clothing for growing children, leggings for underdresses, socks, jammies, art supplies, and learning toys, as well as experiences are my jam. Number 16, the belief that gifts must be expensive to be meaningful. Meaningful does not mean pricey. The best gifts I've ever given or received were thoughtful, personal, or practical, not expensive. I'm not buying the lie that love has a price tag. I'm all about the consumables, the things that we can eat or use up, or candles that don't just collect dust. I love giving gifts that are practical. Practical might be the theme to this video. Now, my mother-in-law gets K-cups for Christmas. She gets laundry detergent, paper towels, toilet paper, snacks, and shampoo. My mom has 2 stepdaughters, and they each get what she calls a doozy bag. It's got toothpaste and cleaning wipes and boxes of cookies, gum, deodorant. Any personal care items she sees on sale or snacks, they go in the bags. It makes good sense and they both love them. Number 17, Target, HomeGoods, and TJ Maxx browsing trips. Now, I used to treat browsing like a hobby, coffee in hand, strolling the aisles, but browsing always leads to impulse buying. I don't go there unless I have a purpose. The older I get, the less I like peopling. I mean, don't get me wrong, I need to leave the house and be a little social with people. I go out to lunch with my husband. We run errands. We get haircuts. Oh, for those of you who commented I need a haircut, did you notice? But that doesn't mean I need to go out and browse around looking for something to buy just for the sake of buying. I was chatting with my friend Lisa yesterday, and I told her I hadn't been to Target maybe 3 times in the last 6 months. I just don't need anything. Number 18, the expectation that women should shrink themselves. We have spent decades being told to stay small, physically, emotionally, and verbally. I'm not buying it. Midlife is when your presence gets stronger, not smaller. It's not just about body size, but also about the social conditioning we've experienced for decades. Sit down and be a good girl. Little girls should be seen and not heard. How many times have you heard of a strong, successful woman who was called names when if a man would do the same thing, he would be revered for his role as a boss? Now, I believe in tradition and polarity between men and women. I get that, and I feel it's necessary in a relationship between the two. But I don't buy into the expectations to not be sensitive, not have big feelings, be accommodating, avoid conflict, be the emotional manager for everyone else without needing support yourself. Number 19, hobby supplies I never use. Buying supplies feels productive until they sit in a closet untouched. I'm no longer buying for a fantasy version of myself. If I'm not actively doing the hobby, I don't need the supplies. I look at the yarn sometimes thinking that I would love to learn to knit, and then I think I may buy the supplies and then take on the project, but more than likely I'll get bored and move on. So I just stick with the hobbies I love the most. Number 20, the pressure to have everything figured out by 50. This idea that 50 is some magical deadline is exhausting. Life keeps changing. We keep changing. I'm embracing evolution instead of perfection. I'll be the very first person to tell you that I have very little figured out on my own life. I'm the first to admit that I'm still learning, that I'm a work in progress every single day. But what a great time to be alive. The idea that we have every piece of information ever needed, ever recorded, ever researched is right here at our fingertips is both a blessing and a curse. But I think mostly a blessing. Want to learn something new? Make sourdough bread, plumb the new bathroom, plant roses, build a fairy garden with your granddaughter? You can research all of those things with a little computer that fits in your pocket. The downside is the more info that's available, the less I feel I have anything figured out. Number 21, cheap jewelry that tarnishes in a week. Cute? Yeah. Worth it? Absolutely not. I'd rather own fewer pieces that last than keep replacing things that fall apart and turn green. I've been saving my money to invest in some nice pieces of jewelry. My husband bought me a really gorgeous necklace for our anniversary, and it's beautiful. It's pretty, it's real, it's perfect. No JCPenney gold-coated necklace that will turn colors in a year. I kind of want more of those pieces, the kind of pieces I can pass down to my granddaughters someday. Number 22, clothes that don't fit my real life. No more buying clothes for imaginary events or for versions of myself that don't exist anymore. I need clothes that support the life that I'm actually living today. Many of you know and have commented about the colors that I wear. I discovered I'm a deep winter, and so now those are the colors I look for. When my mom and I went on our annual thrifting adventure a few weeks ago, I bought some really great tops and sweaters in my colors, including this sweater. The colors that look best on me and make me feel good. I also lean into the comfort side of wardrobe. Because I work from home, comfort is important. Not frumpy. I want to feel good even when I'm home. So feminine looks even when comfy are where I lean. Sundresses in the warmer months and leggings with longer tops and sweaters in the winter. Number 23, specialty beauty routines that take too much time. I touched on this earlier. If a routine requires 45 minutes and 12 steps, I'm out. I want skincare that works and fits my day. I'm not buying routines that feel like a second job. No glowing face mask or mini marble rolling pins. There are no 7 systems. I want rituals, not homework. I want simplicity, not chemistry. And I don't want something that I have to spend $350 a month on with an overwhelming amount of products. When I stopped buying into the pressure to shrink, to hustle, to look younger, to keep up, to perfect everything, I realized I couldn't keep spending money on things that didn't support the woman I'm becoming. Letting go of the beliefs made it easier to let go of the purchases. And letting go of the purchases made it easier to reclaim my peace. This season of life isn't about buying more or becoming more. It's about freeing myself from the things that never mattered in the first place. Thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. And if this video spoke to you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and watch this video next.